Okay, on to part 9. After Mur just died in vain and they repealed the law he got put in place. Large water lily posters decorate the exhibition lounge, where two familiar figures are interviewing visitors. The brown-haired reporter lifts her microphone towards Nikki. Her faint freckles brighten her lively smile. Miss Nikki, what do you think of the water lily exhibition? Aw, you two really show up at every event. Don't remind me. Zhang Bengsi and I were reassigned here from Apple Federation TV. We were supposed to be on vacation, but our boss dumped this on us. You're the ones who wanted to see if anyone recognized your new piece. No one did. Huh? What new piece? What? You didn't even you didn't notice? Nikki. The interview with Monet at the entrance. That was Vivian's work. His last interview before he died. His most famous one, so she didn't get any recognition. See? That's why I need to be on camera. No one remembers me if they can't see my face. Nikki thinks back. Besides the artist's age and narration, there was a faint female voice. That's incredible. That interview was 3 years ago, right? You had just started then, landing something that big at the start of your career. Vivian brightens immediately. She's always confident about her work. Yeah, I got that assignment on my first day of probation. Probation? Day of probation. If I failed, I'd be fired. Monet was famous but eccentric. I studied every one of his works inside out. Oh, so she had to be careful not to piss him off. It was like a punishment interview. I even got encounter with nature to take me to Pigeon Forest so I could pick a fresh water lily for him. I don't know if he'd actually appreciate having them picked. Mr. Monet must have seen countless water lilies, right? He had, but that one moved him. Aw, he said it reminded him of the elf he had met long ago, the one he fell in love with, like in Romeo and Juliet. He agreed to the interview because he wanted to relive the moment before he died. That's so bleak. Why is there so much death? An elf? He didn't remember his name or face anymore. Vivian, you are a natural-born reporter. Oh, all for my dream of becoming a star reporter, and thanks to that interview, I kept my job. Her boss sounds evil. The newspaper blew up, and since I was new, my seniors took all the credit, not even a byline for me. This has to be workplace harassment. I've been everywhere, but no one scouted me for showbiz. People really have no eye for talent. Yeah. Oh, I love this girl with the massive camera. Even if they did, you'd stay with Mirrorland Geographic. Oh, hush. It's only because we're finally on track, and we're focusing on border region struggles. It's the perfect topic for me. I'm great at uncovering hidden stories. Plus, she glances at Zhang Beishi with expectations, but Beishi doesn't react. Vivian deflates, pokes her partner's cheek, and rushes through the rest at lightning speed. Maybe she doesn't want to leave her partner. And because I can't leave behind a certain top student who'd be stuck on the sidelines without me. Oh yeah, so she doesn't want to leave her. In my eyes, both of you are reporters with real ideals. I wouldn't call them ideals, but so many people saw the Monet interview. Even without my name on it, I'm glad my voice reached them. I can't paint like Monet, but I want to bring people into a world he once saw. That's my way of creating something beautiful. If people like us don't tell these stories, they'd disappear. By the way, Nikki, your tea party at Wintermount was a huge hit. Once we finish recording our new episode, I'd love to do some interviews at the party. Is the interest purely in the interview, or... Don't call me out like that. Who knows? Maybe I'll get scouted as a model at the tea party. Okay, part 10. Aloysius? Not long after Muir's funeral, the chemical plant did shut down. Oh, thank God. Alias walked along the banks of the blackened Jade River. How long had it been since he last awoke? A fleeting moment for an elf, yet the murk and clamour made it feel like an eternity. Ooh. He had awoken by a riverbank. Even in restless dreams he heard Rivermount's mournful cries, its wailing haunting him day and night. So he entered the human world and learned why the rivers wept. Oh, so he's talking to nature. He had easily obtained evidence of the plant's pollution from Hoffman. His elven features let him move freely through the city's high society. He said nothing, yet everyone assumed he was a noble from Pigeon and treated him as an honoured guest. He never meant to help Mur, He only wanted to help the Jade River. Rivers should not suffer. Rivers were the world's lifeblood. Okay, so he doesn't really care about the human, like he's very detached, but he cares about the environment. But okay, like I understand because it's his interest. But soon after, he saw Mer's corpse. It's so gory. The bright red blood beneath the biologist had already turned black. The body gave off a putrid stench, but it was not death that sickened him. But what was worse was the stench of the chemical plant, the stench of greed. His fingers twitched. He wanted to close Mer's eyes, as he had done for the deer and foxes in the forest, but in the end, he let his hands fall. Humans, too evil as enemies, yet too fragile as allies. After the funeral, Alois did not fully believe the reporter's hopeful words. Oh yeah, because she was too optimistic about everything going well, but it got repealed. If the plant was the source of the problem, then Hoffman should disappear. That, he believed, would solve things, at least for a while. Yeah, he found Hoffman in the familiar factory office. The man seemed utterly unfazed by the shutdown, wearing the same smug expression, perhaps even smugger. Oh, so he doesn't care, he's probably got more stuff. Mr. Green, if you're here, you must have heard the news. Alice studied him, wondering, if this man fell here, would he reek like Muir? Would death wash the evil from him? He touches the dagger behind his back and replies coolly, is he gonna murder him? Heard what? Why, the factory is reopening tomorrow, of course. Yeah, because it got repealed. It got repealed. It was all for nothing, he died for nothing. Reopen? The elf freezes. Hoffman, amused, strides into the terrace. Well, the reporter's words about justice really didn't come out well. You've come at the perfect time. They should be arriving now. Ilias looked down. With the factory closed, Rosette streets were no longer buried in smoke. They are cleaner than before. Down those clean streets marches a procession of protesters. Most are workers, but there are also unsteady elders and children clinging to their parents. Their faces are tight with worry as they shout, reopen the factory! Reopen the factory! Yeah, because they lost their jobs. We want bread. The workers at the front hold up large placards with bold slogans and a name Alois knows all too well. Biologist Murr and Councilman White are shameless liars. We support Hoffman's factory. They only support it because they need their jobs back. Oh my god. Hoffman watches the agitated crowd, savouring every chant before turning to Alois with triumphant satisfaction. When the factory shuts down, the ones who panic aren't me, it's the workers who live on daily wages. Oh wow. I really like how thought through this is. Mr. Green, I told you, this is a charitable endeavour. A charitable endeavour? You just killed Murr, you just assassinated him. And don't worry about backlash, we'll follow regulations. Yeah, but we don't care about anything else, we'll just follow the regulations. If a 100-metre chimney pollutes, a 300 one will send fumes to heaven. If the sewage outlet can't be on this side of the river, we'll put it on the other. I love that. Oh my god. Those councilmen won't have anything to say. Besides, the shutdown won't last. War is coming, and the government will beg for my money and weapons. Oh, okay, yeah, because they're relying on him, like he said. This is the best time for us. Don't you agree, Mr. Green? Wait, it said he killed himself. It doesn't sound like he's going to kill himself, so I think Alois might actually murder him. And he'll be found in the water plant cleaner. Alois looks at the poor, earnest faces on the street and hears their cries. He senses no greed in them, only sincerity. Yeah, because they're starving, they need their jobs. He sees officers half-heartedly maintaining order. He sees the young reporters standing frozen against the flow of the crowd, unable to move. I finally remember now. This long stretch of time made me forget something I once knew. Mr. Green, what are you saying? Before Hoffman finishes, the elf vanishes. He leaves without hesitation, for he finally recalls what he had told the creatures of the forest countless times. Humanity is beyond saving. Wow, damn. Nikki, is this... Alois walks along the Jade River, exhaustion weighing on him. He had been awake for far too long, and a long-forgotten drowsiness crept over him. But the river still weeps. Its water flows endlessly, and so does agony. Its lament keeps him from sleep. Oh, that's so sad. What should I do? I think you're gonna kill him. If there were really a god who saves the world, what would they do? Kill Hoffman. As the question rises in his mind, something seems to dawn on him. Oh, this is so beautiful! He steps into the water. The once emerald river stains his skin and clothes, the stench of rot filling his lungs, yet he feels nothing as it swallows him. He wraps his arms around the river, just as the river had once embraced all living things. Where his fingertips brushes, where his breath drifts, water lilies bloom. He pours the last of his strength into covering the surface with blossoms. The lilies drink in the river's filth, resilient and pure. They return life to the water until it regains its original clarity and colour. Is he sacrificing his life for the river? When the jade river becomes emerald once more, the elf's power is gone. He turns back into a small leaf and sinks into the river's gentle hold. At last, he feels a long-forgotten peace. Yes, this is how it should be. Aloysius! Oh. Before sleep claims him, he faintly hears a voice calling his true name, a name long left unspoken. Like a petal falling into a lake, it stirs a quiet longing within him. But the child of the forest have wandered far too long. It's time for him to rest. Oh, that's beautiful. 11. Elf's Portrait. Water lilies, shadows of a dream. The last painting at the exhibition is a peculiar rendering of water lilies. Vast fields of lilies bloom across the river, brilliant colour against a polluted, dreary world. Oh, so it's like a theme of, it's beautiful at the start, when he sees the lake, and then it shows the pollution of what's happening, and then finally at the end, Alois cures the river and it becomes bright and vast and beautiful again. It comes from a Rosette urban legend. One morning, people awoke to find the Jade River restored to crystal clarity, its surface covered in lilies. Wait, then did Hoffman not kill it? Why is Hoffman not dead? I'm sure he died. But by the next day, everything returned to normal. Sewage flowed, fumes rose and lilies withered, and the grey sky stretched on without end. Oh, so it didn't actually do anything. Wait, how does Hoffman die? No wonder, even though the scene is full of hope, it feels sad. People of that time said the river's brief return to beauty was a dream gifted by the elf of the lake. Lady of the lake, Aloysius of the lake. That's wrong, it was the elf of the forest. A familiar little tree spirit pops up from behind the frame, correcting the claim with utmost seriousness. Ayo! Where did you come from? Can the little tree spirits visit exhibitions? Momo, you're so funny. Oh, not Ayo, that's his name. The queen snuck me in. Ayo wanted to visit the place Aoi used to go to. Maybe I could see him here. Ayu seems to miss Aloysius. Nikki and her companions exchange a glance, choosing not to break its hope, but the little tree spirit suddenly beams. Even though the people of the Crow Kingdom are all bad, Ophelia is a really good elf. Aoi really is here. Huh? Lots of paintings here have Awawi's presence. He must be playing hide and seek with me. But he can't fool me. I found him. Who's Awawi? Look, he's right here. The little tree spirit points at the water lilies. Only then does everyone notice a small green ink mark on the river's surface, shaped like a familiar leaf. Ooh. Nikki and Echo Hero Reader recognize it. Where is it? It once drifted through the streets of Melston, heralding a long-awaited reunion. Is Aloysius here? It once chose a path towards the forest and the distant past, too resolute to look back. Ooh, this is so beautiful. In the end, it failed. At the end of the nightmare, it chose to sleep in the forest ruins, returning to its eternal home. Oh, it is Aloysius. This is so beautiful. This must be his journey. And long before all that, it seemed to linger here too. Moonlight spills through the exhibition windows. It's in a hazy glow. A breeze sweeps across the painted lake, and the leaves ripple gently. The leaf becomes a part of the boundless forest. The water turns into a vast, endless lake. They have existed since before humanity, and have endured ever since. Eons of nature, beauty crystallized in a single moment. From the emerald waters, the envoy of nature rises, a fawn nuzzles his brow, and as he opens his drowsy eyes, a gentle smile on his lips. Oh, is he waking up? I think Alois just woke up. He sees the beautiful world, rivers as life veins, flowers as life in bloom. He also sees the world of misfortune, the dark, clamorous, polluted rosettes. Now he turns towards the old friends who have come to visit. Aloysius, hello, you woke up. Okay, I thought he died, just like Mur. Like shifting light and shadow, the elf in the painting vanishes in an instant. Did we just get ghosted? Even if one reaches out, a fleeting dream cannot be held, no matter how many times one tries. Damn. Akihiro feels a warmth from clasped hands, looking up into the pink-haired girl's concerned gaze. Nikki's taller than me? Nikki looks at the water lilies too. At a world once dark and yet beautiful, her eyes gentle but resolute, soften the lingering melancholy. Nikki, is this world now a little better than what Alia saw? Akihiro reader, you can believe in this. The world is imperfect, but everyone is trying to make it better, and so are we. I believe Aloysius will see it. Oh, yeah. One day, every living being will be filled with courage and hope. Together we'll overcome hardship and make this world more beautiful and vast. Such a world will be a place where we can live on together. Until then, we can plant a water lily. Perhaps a leaf from a distant journey will drift down and rest among its petals. One day, we will meet again. 12. The End. In the months after I painted my first water lilies, much happened in Rosette. The government passed new legislation, and Hoffman's factory was shut down. But the law was soon repealed, and the factory reopened immediately. It felt as if something had changed, yet nothing had changed at all. That's so depressing. More factories rose. Chimneys grew from 100 meters to 300. In the city, I could no longer see the sky or flowers, so I left. So nothing good actually happened. Oh my god, they didn't stop it. I can't believe. I thought it would be a good ending. I painted many water lilies after that. When North Kingdom went to war with Pigeon in Apple, yet again, I fled to Wasteland, where I built a manor and a lily pond. Every dusk, I sat by the pond and waited for the fawn. I often thought of the elf, why he appeared, what his words meant, but I never saw the fawn again. Never saw the elf again, and never painted lilies like the first one. Oh, that's why his first one's the most famous. Long after, a reporter asked how I completed my first water lilies. I said, "The spirit of the pond appeared before my eyes, and I raised my palette